So I am a pen and paper type of girl. I always like to start off with this, kind of plan out my month. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and add in all of our pay periods for the month. I've gone ahead and add all of our pay periods. My husband and I are on opposite weeks, so we get a paycheck every week. And then we're doing a lot of rover sitting this weekend, so we should get paid out that day. And then we don't have anything else scheduled for the month. The next thing we're going to add is any of our bills. Now I've got all of our bills coming out. Next, we're going to add any holidays or any events that we have coming up. So this gives us a really good overview of what our month will look like when our utilities come out, when we may be spending a little more money, any holidays that we need to prepare for. And now that I have kind of on paper planned out what my month looks like, I see that like 10-ish days that we're gone. So I know I want to make sure we go through all of our food. So we got some pantry challenges we're going to be doing the first of the month. And I'm going to try and keep our groceries low. And if we do buy anything that we're able to freeze it, or it's a pantry staple item, nothing that can really go bad in the fridge. So now I've done all that, my husband and I will normally sit down, kind of talk things through, kind of get an idea about what's going on and what we want to accomplish for the month. And then we are going to move over to our spreadsheet. And this way we both have access to it to take a look, see how we're doing for the month. So this is my spreadsheet that I have. I did not create this. I'm not that great at Excel. I have been trying to learn. But in here I'll put all of our expenses, all of our plans. And I break things down by like the 1st through the 15th, and then the 16th through the 30th or the 31st for all of our expenses. So you'll see here that first half of the month, these are all the standard bills that come out, and then these are the variable expenses that we do. So like gas, and these prices here are for the whole month. They are not for just those 2 weeks. So gas, we're normally coming under this, but this is where I like to budget just in case. Okay. I am hoping our groceries and household will be a little bit lower, but I also know our groceries will probably be lower, but the household side of things won't. We need to get my son ready for preschool, so we need to get him a backpack. We're gonna go through his closet, see what clothes we need. So that will add to that quite a bit. Hopefully not too much, but I'm going to keep that buffer there is the same. We do budget in personal spending that we can spend on whatever we want, no questions asked. It's our money, we can do with it. If we want to treat ourselves out for like nails like I like to do, or if my husband wants to buy dinner at work instead of like bringing in something, he can do that. I do budget money for our son just in case we want to take him to like an activity, or there's something like he really wants or he needs that's just kind of set aside for him. We normally don't need to touch that portion, but I do like to have that there, especially as he's getting older, for like activities and things like that. And then of course medical, and then eating out. We're just being realistic here. We're gonna end up probably going through a drive-thru or grabbing like pizza one night. I mean, it's unrealistic to say you're never going to do that. That is depending on where you are. There were times in our lives where we did no eating out whatsoever. We were saving every single penny. But right now we're at a point where we can have those little luxuries of ordering something and not cooking for the night. For the second half, these are our bills that we have coming out every time. And then I just move those same variable expenses on over. So let's say here for gas, we only spend $100. We only spend $100. Okay. Then I know over here, I only have $215 to play with. So like I said, that is for the total for the month. And then over here, we are working on adding sinking funds, putting some extras towards our debts, just try and get them paid off sooner. And then our retirement. We are very focused right now on our retirement spending. So any extra money we have after we've done our initial budgeting, we'll set aside money to be like, okay, this much we'll put towards retirement, this much towards our sinking funds like Christmas and birthdays, things like that. And then any extra we want to throw out like the car or towards whatever we have. Or if we just want to put extra into our emergency fund savings. So what I like about this template that I have, so let's say the first paycheck is like, like $2,000. It'll automatically bring up this pie chart. So if we have already spent our $1,580.03 on our mortgage, we know that that's how much we have left of the money that we've had come in. Normally what I do is I will put like his check, let's go with like 1,000. We do side hustles, so we watch dogs. There we go. And let's say if this was all the money we had coming in, okay, and then we can really see here as we start putting numbers in here, what is that difference? So like, okay, we're short in this example, so where can we cut? What can we do? Do we need to not spend money eating out this month? Do we not? Or hey, is it actually a like 3 check month? So we can add in here, although I will put it on this side. It's like second check. Let's go with like 2,200 or something like that. Then we can see, okay, so this is how much we're bringing in. This is what we have budgeted. I like to make these as close to each other as possible. I like to do a zero-based budget. So, okay, we have extras. That means we can put this much towards retirement or this much towards our emergency fund. It kind of gives us a good idea about how we're doing through the month. And then this will change. Like, as we add things, it will change and add, and we can see how exactly we're doing. So that is what I do for our basic, like, every month. And normally I try and have my spreadsheet to match, like, what our income is versus spending and have it be, like, exact. And then I will adjust as the month goes on, because I do overestimate for my utilities. I'd rather have more set aside than I think I need. And then for those like travel days, I do actually go through and think, okay, so we need to drive to the airport and park there for this many days. It should cost this much. And I'll have those kind of broken down too. If you're interested in kind of seeing like how I think through like from start to finish for a trip, what are our expenses, I've gotten pretty good at it where I'm very like within like $50 spot on with how much we have spent for that trip. I am thinking about doing another video on my actual payday routine. So how we handle it for when my husband gets paid and for when I get paid. We are on opposites, so about every week we get a paycheck, which is really nice. If that's something you're interested in, I know I always find it really fascinating seeing how other people do it. It has helped me kind of hone what works best for my family. I used to be okay, we've gotten paid, I just leave everything there until the end of the month and then I pay all my bills. And that was stressful. That like, it didn't work for me. I was always really like hyped up and worried and nervous. So I like the way I do it now. But again, what works for my family may not work for yours, but watching videos like this helped me kind of figure out what is actually realistic and what will work for us. Because that's the thing, if it doesn't work for you, then it can be the most beautiful, most aesthetic plane in the entire world, like some of these videos that are gorgeous. Do I watch them? Yes, because everything is pristine into the 9. Mine will never look like that. It will be a highlighted mess, and like my sister's very type A. If she were to see it, it would drive her insane. But it's what works for me and like my mind. So let me know down below if that's something you'd be interested in. I would love to do it for you guys. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.